What is up, and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog fantasy pick and plays for Wednesday, September 2nd, 2024. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with the promo code DailyDog. That's DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com. You'll get a 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. Obviously, it's worth your while to get that 50% deposit match bonus. If you put $1,000 on the app, you get $500 for free. If you put $2,000 on the app, you get $1,000 for free. If you put $100, you get $50 for free. So there is no way to go wrong. And actually, I'm happy to report that last month was a banner month for us for signups with promo code DailyDog. Happy people are taking advantage of the promos. I mean, I put in some slips yesterday with a 31% profit boost for a October boost is what they called it. I will take that. They do so many things that are great for the player, including the vulture protection. I'll get into that a little bit later. If not today, later in the week, because I do have a lot of slips today. So I don't know if I can get into all the nitty gritty as well. Well, let's get right into our first slip. We're going to start talking NFL for Thursday Night Football. We put in a slip for Thursday Night Football yesterday. I have a little bit of buyer's remorse on that one just because I had Bijan Robinson to score a touchdown, and I'm just worried about him actually being healthy enough to score a touchdown or be involved in the red zone for this game. He's questionable right now. I think he'll play, but who knows? These short week games, they do some weird stuff on the injury report, so I'm not exactly sure if he's going to be in there. Seems to be trending down, but who really knows with these Thursday night games. That said, let me give you today's slip. We're going with mandatory Mike Evans, higher 0.5 rush plus receiving touchdowns. The dude is a red zone target. He's a machine for Baker Mayfield. He's been a machine for Tampa Bay for much longer than Baker Mayfield has been there. Evans is a future Hall of Famer. I don't know what else to say. The dude's been so consistent with, all of the touchdowns he scored, 1,000-yard seasons for 10 years straight or something like that. And he isn't really slowing down that much. He's still just kicking butt and taking names, and he's an amazing wide receiver. So give me him to score a touchdown in this divisional matchup. He's scored plenty of touchdowns in Atlanta, that is for sure. Next, we're going to go to Bucky Irving, his rookie teammate, the running back who's taking the jobs from Rachaad White in the backfield. I'm taking Bucky Irving higher than 42.5 rushing yards here. Not from rushing attempts, rushing yards. Bucky Irving is a stud. Bucky Irving is the future of this backfield. I don't know what it is with Rachaad White. He kind of looks the part. He makes some plays that look like a really good wide running back like once out of every 25 touches. But most of the time, he's just another guy back there. He's not that good. He looks really I don't know if it's injury related or what, but he looks so stiff as a running back. He doesn't have fluid hips. His hips look like tighter than like a wooden freaking nutcracker. Overall, there's just not a lot to love about the way that Bucky Irving or the way that Rachaad White runs the ball. Bucky Irving is just a more explosive player. 42.5 rushing yards. If he gets 10 carries like he's projected for in this game, I think he's going to go over that because he's got a lot of explosive plays in him. If he gets 10 carries, he should have 2 10-yarders. That's just my opinion. Next, we're going to the other backup running back on the other side of the field. We're going Tyler Allgeier, higher than 33.5 rushing yards for the Falcons. Allgeier always finds a way on the field, no matter who the coaching staff was. I think a lot of people speculated that, oh man, now that Arthur Smith is gone, Allgeier is not going to be as big a part of the offense. Well, that's obviously been wrong. Allgeier is always a part of this offense, no matter who is coaching this team, apparently. And I think that, like I said earlier, there might be some injury issues with Bijan Robinson. If there's injury issues with Bijan Robinson, that means Allgeier gets more carries. If Allgeier gets more carries, he's got a higher chance of going higher than 33.5 rushing yards. That said, these three plays together, Bucky Irving higher than 42.5 rushing yards, Tyler Allgeier higher than 33.5 rushing yards, and Mike Evans higher than half a rushing plus receiving touchdown is a 7.35x multiplier. I would lock that one in because I don't think that value is going to be there on Thursday. Yesterday, we gave out a slip. I'll quickly remind you of that one because all the value is still on the board. You can still get this one without missing out on value from yesterday. We had Baker Mayfield higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. Quite synergistic with that Mike Evans pick we made today, if I do say so myself. We had Bijan Robinson higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown. Don't love that one as much anymore, but at least it's not 100% mutually exclusive from Allgeier's rushing yards. So hopefully, Allgeier gets a big run and then Bijan vultures him and gets that touchdown. Last one from yesterday was Younghoe higher than 7.5 kicking points. So yesterday's slip is Baker Mayfield higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns, Bijan Robinson higher than 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns, and Younghoe, the kicker from the Falcons, higher than 7.5 kicking points. That is for a 6.48x multiplier. All right, I got 3 slips here for Major League Baseball playoffs in this wild card round. Yesterday we swept it. We had the no-run first inning in the Tigers and Astros game. We had the no-run first inning in the Royals and the Royals and Orioles game, and we had a yes-run first inning in the Mets at Brewers game. That came home. That was a nice little, basically plus 400 or 4x multiplier, or 3.98x or something like that. So love starting out the MLB wildcard playoffs off right. And on the other show I do, Just Win Sports, that I do with Amal Shah, we both went 3-0 on our day 1 of MLB playoffs picks. So it was a very, very lucrative day in baseball. If you want more betting analysis, check out Just Win Sports. You can find that on my Linktree on my Twitter. If I'll give you a little bit here. I'll give you my 2-minute handicap. Just because I know that you're not really here for sports betting stuff, but I'll just tell you I think I'm going to win, and I'll read the odds, and you can do with that information what you want. The first game at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, the Tigers at Astros. I just don't love a bullpen game in the playoffs. I know the Tigers' pen has been pretty good lately, but I just don't love that. I mean, I love the plus 151 price on the Tigers, but I can't really get there. So I'm just going to watch that one, look for opportunities, but I think the Astros do have a chance to rebound here and then make this thing a series. Next, we got the Royals at the Orioles. Royals plus 137, I love it. I think Efflin is kind of overrated. Give me Seth Lugo here. I just think the Orioles offense is terrible. They're not seeing the ball well. They're not confident at the plate. So give me the Royals here again on the road, and let's close this one out. Mets at Brewers. I don't really like either of these pitchers. I don't like Montas. I don't like Manaea for the Mets. I would lean toward the Mets just because the Brewers are pretty bad against lefties, and obviously Manaea is a lefty. So getting that, slight pick-em price to the Mets is pretty good. If you can wait and try to find a plus money price on the Mets, now that's like a smash spot, as we say in the business. Last one, Braves, Padres. Braves are plus 105 underdogs at the Padres. Padres minus 125. I am going to put down a ton of money on the Padres. The Padres are a total smash spot for me. Joe Musgrove on the bump. This Braves team wants out of the season. They're injured. They're banged up. This is not the year they signed up for. They want out of there. Meanwhile, the Padres are kicking butt and taking names. So I love the Padres here. All right, that has been Britain's 2-minute baseball betting insights. Let's go to the actual underdog slips. So we're going the Holton-Brown, Holton for the Tigers, Tyler Holton, and Hunter Brown, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. And then we're going to Seth Lugo and Zach Eflin, lower than half of a first inning run allowed. That's a 2.48x multiplier. That's plus 148 in sports betting terms. I think that's a real simple one. I don't think we're going to see runs in the first innings in either of these two games, featuring the Astros and the Tigers and the Royals and the Orioles. All right, next we're going to the HRR heroes, the higher than 1.5 hit runs and RBI heroes. These are just 4 guys on 4 different teams that I think are going to get this done for their squads. Hits, runs, RBIs, HRR. So you don't necessarily need total bases. You just need guys to be contributing to the box score. So we're going to be taking Kyle Tucker from the Astros. We're taking Francisco Lindor of the Mets. We're taking Vinny Pasquantino of the Royals, and of course we are taking Fernando Tatis of the Padres. Obviously Tatis missed a lot of time, so he's making up for lost time here and trying to get stuff done. This is 9.55x, so if this one hits, our whole day is bankrolled really easily. And again, it's Fernando Tatis, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Kyle Tucker, who had a bit of a slow game 1. I think that he's going to really rebound here against this pen of the Lions, higher than 1.5 hit, runs, and RBIs. Frankie Lindor, also slow day on that huge offensive day for the Mets. Lindor didn't really do crap. So give me Lindor higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs on the rebound here. And then Vinny Pasquantino of the Royals, higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. You know what's really good about Pasquantino? He bats right after Bobby Witt. Having Bobby Witt in front of you, who's stealing bases, on base, getting to second, getting to third, that really helps your chances of getting a HRR across the plate. So go Pasquantino, and again, that's 9.55x. Last one, I got another Dong duo, guys who I think are going to hit home runs in these games. Just 2 guys I'm putting together here for 29.08x multiplier. William Contreras of the Brewers and Bobby Witt of the Royals. Obviously, Bobby Witt is one of the best hitters in baseball. He's not necessarily, I mean, he's a power hitter, obviously, but he's just contact hitter as well. That said, I think that he wants to make a statement in this playoff series. And then on the other side, William Contreras, he gets to face a lefty in Sean Manaea. Contreras has let me down on the Dong squad throughout the season, but I think in this Dong duo for the playoffs, it's time for him to step up and be a true leader of this Brewers team. So Contreras and Bobby Witt, 29.08x multiplier. Let's go. All right, that's all I got for you today. Let's make some money.